Hi, my name's Adam. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us in this video. Today we're going to talk about 3 retirement realities for baby boomers. And we get the statistics on who watches our videos. And the reality is a lot of you watching these fall into this category. So let's go through 3 retirement realities that you're either going to face coming up or are currently facing in retirement. Before we jump into the content, if you haven't already looked at our fee-for-service financial planning offerings, we'll put the link below. It's parallelwealth.com/FFS, fee-for-service. We offer independent, tailored financial planning strategies for you. So we grab all your financial information, your retirement goals, objectives, all that kind of stuff, and we create a comprehensive plan. We look at 2 things: maximizing income, minimizing taxes, okay? So we build out a full comprehensive plan, we present it to you, we show you how much income you can have, how long it'll last, how to reduce taxes, when to take CPP, how to draw down your RSP, and so many other things. So if you're close to retirement or maybe early in retirement and you're struggling with this, you don't know how to process this, take a look below, our links below. We do provide this service. It's $3,500 that provides the financial plan, and it also provides 12 months of retainer services. So if you have questions after we put your plan together, we need to rejig your plan, or just have any general questions, that's provided in that upfront cost as well. So check out the link below. There's more details on the website. So retirement reality number 1 for boomers, and this is going to shock most of you that aren't in retirement yet, but it's actually the social time that you have with your colleagues, okay? More than your paycheck. So, people that are still at work, you value time with your colleagues much more than your paycheck as you get close to retirement. And for a lot of you watching this, you may think like, no, I'm at work to get a paycheck. Like, I can't stand the people I work beside. That may be the reality for some of you, but in general, over 50% of you are actually going to draw back and miss those colleagues, the time spent with them, the banter in the lunchroom or whatever it is. So, that's something that a lot of you don't consider, is that social aspect to being at work. So how do we counter this issue? Okay, so it's important to make sure that you have a social life outside of work as you lead up to retirement. Okay, a lot of us, we go through life and work is 90% of our effort and time in social life, a lot of us. So a lot of our friends are at work, we leave work, we go out for drinks with them, whatever it is. Now, when you retire, is that social life still going to be around? Okay, can you still join them for drinks when they're done work? Or do you need to create a new social life outside of that, wherever that is, however that is? Okay, so just something to consider. Okay, so as you get closer to retirement, take a step back and look at your social life. Like, where do you get kind of that fill from? Okay, and it's very important because as you retire, if you can't continue with your work colleagues and you don't have one elsewhere, it's going to hit you hard. Okay, not only are you having 40 hours a week more in your day or in your week because you're not going to work, but now outside of that 40 hours is also kind of cut off. Okay, so make sure that you look at your social life, create a social life outside of work, and make sure that that isn't part of the big issue as you enter into retirement. So retirement reality number 2 for baby boomers is that personal time is more important than travel time. And when I read the data on this, I was quite surprised because a lot of you I talked to as you enter up to retirement, I say, what's the number 1 priority for you guys? And it's not sit at home and spend more time with my wife or husband or partner, whoever that is. It's we want to travel, we want to get out, we want to see the world. And I know, with the lockdown right now, it's hard to do that. But in general, that's the feedback we get. You guys want to be out traveling, seeing the world. Yes, that might be with your spouse or common law partner, but the focus isn't them. It's out. It's traveling. It's seeing everything. Okay. The reality is, for most of you, 72% of you actually will value time spent with at home, personal time with loved ones, more than going travel times. Okay, so a lot of you might think, no, you're crazy. Like, you haven't spent time with my husband. There's no way I fall into 72%. Enter into retirement, that may shift. So again, if there's 72%, there's still 28% that don't want to spend time with their loved ones. But 72% of you are actually going to start valuing time with loved ones, personal time for yourself, much more than travel time. Okay, and again, 99% of the people I talk to leading up to retirement, it's travel. It's always the number 1 priority. So as you plan, transition into retirement, just consider that. Yes, you may want to travel, but what does personal time look like for you? Okay, what does time with loved ones? It could be a spouse, common law partner, kids, grandkids, nephews, nieces, friends, whatever it is. what does that look like? Have you carved out time? Have you carved out a plan for that? Okay. Oftentimes we'll plan out for travel, a budget for travel, but let's carve out time and a budget for that personal time, for that social time, because it's going to be very important to you as you enter retirement. So here's an interesting stat for some of you. If you're married, common law partner, you may or may not agree with this, but 66% of you, as you hit retirement, your main focus is to spend more time with your loved one, spouse, common law partner. So again, more than 50% of you, that's the primary focus. I know for me, I love my wife. That will be a primary focus for us. Spend time together, create some hobbies together. Our goal is to do more hiking, more golf. I need to get her into golf, tennis, that kind of stuff. Like, we're pretty active people. I'm really looking forward to that. So I know there's kind of a divide on this, obviously, at 66%. But just consider that. Make sure that I'll go back to it. Make sure that you carve out time, not just for the travel and a budget for travel, but a budget for your personal life, for your personal time, for your social time. That costs money, that takes time. So just build that out. Now, the last part of this, and I know there's going to be comments below already because we haven't got to this in this video, but when I say personal time is more important than travel time, that number obviously is going to spike right now because we're in lockdown. COVID hit, you can't travel anywhere. And that's why it's important to kind of plan out. And we did a video a couple days ago and talked about adverse conditions, okay? That's what the lockdown is right now. Maybe you had, you retired at the beginning of 2020, COVID hit, and you haven't been able to travel for almost 2 years now. Okay, you had great plans to go to Europe and wherever it is, and that's all shut down. You can't do that, and you're stuck, having coffee with your neighbor 4 times a week, and just it's not really how you planned it. Okay, so again, take a step back. Look at, we're probably in a bit of a bubble right now. Hopefully, the world will open up sooner or later. But again, things can change, right? Plans change, and sometimes it's not in our control. So we need to make sure we have that social life. Carve out some time, again, both personally and socially outside of it. So again, things can change. Our plans can be disrupted, and there's so many things that can disrupt our plans, whether it's health or money or something like this, where it's a worldwide pandemic that we could never see coming. So again, retirement isn't a clear path to where you think it's going to go. There's going to be bumps along the way. So just make sure that you're prepared for it mentally and you can plan for it as much as possible. And the third retirement reality for boomers, and I think this is the biggest one, is that you may not get to choose when your retirement is. So pre-pandemic, 42% of pre-retirees did not get to choose their retirement date, which is crazy. That means you're either, you're forced out, you have a health issue, you got to care for a loved one. There's many reasons why you didn't get to choose your retirement date. Okay, so, I think as we work through, like, I'm in my late 30s, I have lots of years to retirement. As I get closer to retirement, in my head, it's, no, I'm going to choose what day I retire. I'm going to walk into it. I kind of have this plan. But the reality is that may not happen. Maybe one of my kids gets sick, my wife gets sick, something happens to us. There's many factors that can come up between now and when I hit retirement. And even if I was 2 years from retirement, things can happen quickly, okay? As we know with COVID going on, okay? So we don't know necessarily, we can plan as much as we want when we're going to retire, but maybe we work for a company that gets shut down, they do layoffs, whatever that is. So, again, 42% of you watching these videos are not going to get to choose your retirement date. And that's pretty crazy to me. So if you're watching these videos and you're between 50 and 59, the reality is over 50% of you will not get to choose your retirement date. 50%, half of you watching this video in your 50s will not get to choose your retirement date. The flip side of that is that 80% of you think that you will get to choose it, okay? So there's obviously a 30% gap there, okay? So a lot of you watching this video, you're planning for retirement. More than half of you will not get to choose that retirement date. Keep that in mind as you start to plan. It may come sooner, it may come a bit later than you want to or than you think. So keep that in mind. We can create great plans, but there's going to be hiccups along the way. So you need to make sure you adjust and plan for that accordingly. So if you're a baby boomer that fell into this category, maybe you were forced into retirement for one of many issues, leave a comment below. We always love to hear, what forced you into retirement? How did that change your retirement plan? How has it affected you? And how can it help out others? Maybe it was an unforeseen thing. You didn't plan, you didn't save enough early, you didn't pay off your mortgage. There's different factors that come into this. So leave a comment below. We always love to hear your guys' stories. And again, we'll create future videos on some of the topics that we see in comments. So if you have ideas for future videos, leave a comment below. And we'll try and, create a video off that down the road in the future here. So to all you baby boomers out there, which I know is a whole lot of you watching this video, so thank you for watching. If you're in retirement, hopefully it's going well for you. Hopefully you weren't forced into retirement too early. And if you're coming up to retirement, boomers kind of fall in this kind of mid-range right now. A lot of you are, a lot of you aren't retired. So if you're not retired yet, make sure you have a clear plan. And just remember, you may not get to choose when your retirement date.